But I want to talk about now NFL. Week 1 is done. It ended last night with a wild ending in Vegas. The first live game with football fans in Vegas, which was great to see. I still want to go with Connor, as he's a Raiders fan. Maybe get a little bit of bottle service. Maybe have a little bit of a good time. Maybe pretend to watch the football game. I think it'd be really neat. I always said that is the ultimate guys trip, to be able to get to go and go to Vegas, and then at the end of it you're going to like a Sunday football game. Steven, you're invited. Tell Kristen I said you could come. But the big storylines, and there are always winners and there are always losers in college football. And just like gambling, there are winners and losers. Well, one of the losers right now, and this one hurts, is, oh, that hurt. The block fell through and we lost at least 5 yards on that play. But the big one that hurts me is Ryan Fitzpatrick, known as Fitzmagic, who is one of the older quarterbacks rocking it out in the NFL right now. He got injured by... what happened on that play? He got injured during his first game, and he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Fitzpatrick, in my opinion, was a great piece of Washington being a threat this year. And now that the Cowboys have really shown in Week 1 that they can hang, they needed him. So really sad to see that happen. I sort of bought into the preseason hype of Washington, but they're not going to have it. We've learned that Tom Brady must be going up to St. Augustine every other weekend from Tampa to go drink out of the fountain of youth, because goodness gracious, nothing can slow that man down. While he did throw a pick, he did do very well. Now keep in mind, they did bring back all 22 starters in Tampa Bay, so that team is very much the same. Here's a good testimony. Tampa Bay in Madden 22 right now is the only over 90 rated team. Everyone else sits in the 80s. So, you know, of course, we'll see how those rosters update live week over week. But they're just, it's going to be one of those teams where it's like, go until you show me that we have to lose. Just very impressive of how good they are, how well put together they are. Remember last year I had a huge rant, life is not a video game. Well, the front office in Tampa has definitely changed that. Sorry, water. Long pause there. So, Tampa is definitely the team to beat. I don't know why we're calling this really deep prevent pass play in a 4-minute offense scheme when they have tons of time, because our guys got outrun. We are not doing that again. The next team I want to bring up is Jameis Winston. Okay, Green Bay lost by like a lot to the Saints with a new quarterback for the first time ever, what felt like. I never even watched a New Orleans Saints game before Drew Brees got there. I don't even think I knew where New Orleans was. Well, at least who the Saints were. I know that sounds very bad as a football fan, but, you know, I was a child once who was a Seahawks fan only. But I never knew about the beauty that was the New Orleans Saints without Drew Brees, or lack of their beauty. And Jameis Winston comes out and has the best game of his career. His whole entire career. With a different coach. Alvin Kamara didn't really have a lot of amazing runs, and he just absolutely tears them apart. Against a team that, you know, a lot of us thought we were going to see in the Super Bowl last year. The Green Bay Packers. If it wasn't through some weird fourth down stuff, they were the ones that kept Tampa the most humble and looked like people. Jameis Winston came out and carved them like some brie cheese fresh out the oven with a butter knife. And there we go. That's how it's done. We are going to run this thing back. Go, go, go. And we are lagging a little bit, but we're gone. Boom. Interception, touchdown by the Seahawks. That was beautiful. Let's watch this replay. Carson Wentz throws at the pass. Intercepted by the middle linebacker. Oh, look. Launch. grab. Bam. Steven, that's brilliant. Drew Brees should have his own line of brie cheese. Drew Brees cheese. Brees cheese. I missed this kick. Oof. Oof. I missed the heck out of that kick. It's 27-0 because I just missed a kick. It would be French Storm without missing a kick. So, Winston. Anyways, Jameis Winston carved up the Packers. Amazing. The game of the week that surprised me the most was not that the Browns didn't hold together with the Chiefs. They did okay. You know, obviously there was a fight on the sideline. We don't like that. But the big one was how well Arizona did against what was kind of like a sleeper favorite in the Titans. Titans last year got a lot of love. Tannehill. Now they've added in, oh, why do we have an injury? Now they've added in Julio Jones, and you know, didn't have the massive game you thought they were going to have. Arizona looked a lot better than Tennessee did. That's why they won that game. Very surprised. Not very surprised, at least personally, as a Seahawks fan, against the Colts, who, you know, we know are on the downhill, but Russell Wilson cooked on Saturday. They tore up Indianapolis. They looked great. So, just a lot of we either can keep you or we're going to sub in Bobby Wagner. We're going to sub in Bobby Wagner for our guy who's hurt. But as it goes, you know, a lot of great things we saw out of this week. Not a lot of surprises. I thought Kansas City and Cleveland was going to be a lot closer. But I do want to point out some games to watch through the week coming up. And these are ones that I looked at the schedule and said, huh, these are ones you need to kind of take some time. Here's why. The first one is going to be the Seahawks versus the Tennessee Titans. Are the Seattle Seahawks for real this year? Do they have a better team, and are they kind of returning to that Pete Carroll form that we haven't seen ever since Russell Wilson threw that interception in the end zone? They have been good, but they haven't been incredible. After that, you have, I also pulled an interesting game to watch this week. Is going to be the Cowboys versus the Chargers. Dak Prescott, who says he's a lot better this year, versus Justin Herbert, who has a healthy team. So how are those two teams going to stack up? I think this is going to be a great one to watch as a huge division matchup for the weekend. Make sure you're tuning into that one. The other game to pull, I have two more. The Chiefs play the Ravens. This is just sort of a match made in football heaven, as this is Sunday night. 8:20 kickoff on NBC. You know, obviously Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have seen a lot more success than the Ravens. The Ravens have a boom, another huge pick, and we dance. Yes. Seattle defense is cooking tonight. You know, Chiefs Ravens. Patrick Mahomes obviously has a lot more success than Lamar Jackson, even though Lamar Jackson was a more prolific college player at Louisville. That's why he won the Heisman. How are these two teams matching up? You know, is Baltimore for real? Oh, good save on this run. Or is Kansas City was that time where they played Cleveland just a good wake-up tuning call, and they're still as good as we thought they were? You got to wonder, because remember in Andy Reid in Philadelphia, after some time, and even though they had some TO drama, they didn't do as well after their Super Bowl runs, and they sort of started to cool, which is why evidently he got fired. Last one I want to pull up is this Monday Night Football matchup. That's actually the Lions versus the Packers. And you could say, well, Rutledge, that's not a very exciting game. You're right. It is a very exciting game, actually, because now we're going to really see who is who in the Lions versus the Packers. Because at first it was going to be, oh, on the schedule, the Packers will totally dominate this. They'll be unstoppable. Now as you look at it, you have two teams that both have some showing to them, so we're going to see who is going to be the true better team, the Lions or the Packers, and who's got a better shot to sort of rebuild their season after a really rough week 1?